Matthew. Chapter 1. 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ the son of Daud, the son of Abraham. 2. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac begat Iacob. And Iacob begot Judas and his brethren. 3. And Judas begat Phares, and Zara of Thamar. And Phares begat Esrom. And Esrom begat Aram. 4. And Aram begat Aminadab. And Aminadab begat Naasson. And Naasson begot Salmon. 5. And Salmon begat Booz of Rachab. And Booz begot Obed of Ruth. And Obed begot Yes. 6. And Yes begat Daud the king. And Daud the king begat Salomon of her that was the wife of Vreus. 7. And Salomon begat Roboam. And Roboam begat Abiah. And Abiah begat Asa. 8. And Asa begat Iosaphat. And Iosaphat begat Ioram. And Ioram begat Hoseas. 9. And Hoseas begot Ioatham. And Ioatham begat Achaz. And Achaz begat Ezekias. 10. And Ezekias begat Manasses. And Manasses begat Ammon. And Ammon begat Iozias. 11. And Iozias begat Iachim. And Iachim begat Iconias and his brethren about the time they were carried away to Babylon. 12. And after they were carried away into Babylon, Iconias begat Salathiel. And Salathiel begat Zorobabel. 13. And Zorobabel begat Abiad. And Abiad begat Eliasim. And Eliasim begat Azor. 14. And Azor begat Sadak. And Sadak begat Achim. And Achim begat Eliud. 15. And Eliud begat Eleazar. And Eleazar begat Matthan. And Matthan begat Iacob. 16. And Iacob begot Iosephi husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, that is called Christ. 17. So all the generations from Abraham to Daud are 14 generations. And from Daud till they were carried away into Babylon, 14 generations, and after they were carried away into Babylon till Christ, 14 generations. 18. Now the birth of Jesus Christ was thus, when as his mother Mary was betrothed to Ioseph, before they came together, she was found with child of the Holy Ghost. 19. Then Ioseph her husband being a just man, and not willing to make her a public example, was minded to put her away secretly. 20. But whiles he thought these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Ioseph, the son of Daud, fear not to take Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her, is of the Holy Ghost. 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall saw his people from their sins. 22. And all this was done that it might be fulfilled, which is spoken of the Lord by ye prophet, saying, 23. Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which is by interpretation, God with verses 24. Then Ioseph, being raised from sleep, did as the angel of the Lord had enjoined him, and took his wife. 25. But he knew her not, till she had brought forth her firstborn son, and he called his name Jesus. Chapter 2. 1. When Jesus then was born at Bethlehem in Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, 2. Saying, Where is that King of the Jews that is born? For we ha seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. 3. When King Herod heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. 4. In gathering together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he asked of them, where Christ should be born. 5. And they said to him, At Bethlehem in Judea, for so it is written by the prophet. 6. And thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come the governor that shall feed that my people Israel. 7. Then Herod privily called the wise men, and diligently inquired of them the time of the star that appeared. 8. And sent them to Bethlehem, saying, Go, and search diligently for the babe, and when ye ha found him, bring me word again, that I may come also, and worship him. 9. So when they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they had seen in the east, went before them, till it came and stood over the place where the babe was. 10. And when they saw the star, they rejoiced with an exceeding great joy. 11. And went into the house, and found the babe with Mary his mother, and fell down, and worshipped him, and opened their treasures, and presented to him gifts, and gold, and frankincense, and myrrh. 12. And after they were warned of God in a dream, that they should not go again to Herod, they returned into their country another way. 13 After their departure, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth to Ioseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the babe and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be there till I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the babe, to destroy him. 14 So he arose and took the babe and his mother by night, and departed into Egypt. 15 And was there to the death of Herod, that might be fulfilled, which is spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt ha I called my son. 16 Then Herod, seeing that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth, and slew all the male children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2-year-old and bender, according to the time which he had diligently searched out of the wise men. 17 Then was that fulfilled which is spoken by the prophet Jeremias, saying, 18 In Ramah was a voice heard, mourning, and weeping, and great howling, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted, because they were not. 19 And whe Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeareth in a dream to Ioseph in Egypt. 20 Saying, Arise, and take the babe and his mother, and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the babe's life. 21 Then he arose and took the babe and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. 22 But whe he heard that Archelaus did reign in Judea instead of his father Herod, he was afraid to go thither. Yet after he was warned of God in a dream, he turned aside into the parts of Galilee. 23 And went and dwelt in a city called Nazareth, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophets, which was, that he should be called a Nazarite. Chapter 3 1 And in those days, John the Baptist came and preached in the wilderness of Judea. 2 And said, Repent, for the kingdom of Heaven is at hand. 3 For this is he of whom it is spoken by the prophet Isaiah, saying, The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, Prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his path straight. 4 And this John had his garment of camel's hair, and a girdle of a skin about his loins, his meat was also locusts and wild honey. 5 Then went out to him Jerusalem and all Judea, and all the region round about Jordan. 6 And they were baptized of him in Jordan, confessing their sins. 7 Now when he saw many of the Pharisees, and of the Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generations of vipers, who hath forewarned you to flee from the anger to come? 8 Bring forth therefore fruit worthy amendment of life. 9 And think not to say with yourselves, We ha Abraham to our father, for I say unto you, that God is able even of these stones to raise children to Abraham. 10 And now also is the axe put to the root of the trees, therefore every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit, is hewn down, and cast into ye fire. 11 Indeed I baptize you with water to amendment of life, but he that cometh after me, is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear, he will baptize you with the Holy Ghost, and with fire. 12 Which hath his fan in his hand, and will make clean his floor, and gather his wheat into his garner, but will burn the chaff with unquenchable fire. 13 Then came Jesus from Galilee to Jordan to John, to be baptized of him. 14 But John earnestly put him back, saying, I ha need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me? 15 Then Jesus answering, said to him, Let be now, for thus it becometh verses to fulfill all righteousness. So he suffered him. 16 And Jesus when he was baptized, came straight out of the water. And lo, the hose were opened to him, and John saw the Spirit of God descending like a dewy, and lighting upon him. 17 And lo, a voice came from heaven, saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Chapter 4 1 Then was Jesus led aside of the Spirit into the wilderness, to be tempted of the devil. 2 And when he had fasted 40 days, and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry. 3 Then came to him the tempter, and said, If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. 4 But he answering said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. 5 Then the devil took him into the holy city, and set him on a pinnacle of the temple. 6 And said to him, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down. For it is written, that he will do his angels charge over thee, and with their hands they shall lift thee lest at any time thou shouldest dash thy foot against a stone. 7 Jesus said to him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. 8 Again the duel took him VP into an exceeding high mountain, and shewed him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. 9 And said to him, All these will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down, and worship me. 10 Then said Jesus to him, Aid Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. 11 Then the duel left him, and behold, the angels came, and ministered to him. 12 And when Jesus had heard that Ion was committed to prison, he returned into Galilee. 13 And leaving Nazareth, went and dwelt in Capernaum, which is near the sea in the borders of Zabulon and Nephthalim. 14 That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, 15 The land of Zabulon, and the land of Nephthalim by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. 16 The people which sate in darkness, saw a great light, and to them which sate in the region, and shadow of death, light is risen. VP 17 From that time Jesus began to preach, and to say, Amand your lose, for the kingdom of Hohen is at hand. 18 And Jesus walking by the sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon, which was called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. 19 And he said to them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. 20 And they straightway lowering the nets, followed him. 21 And when he was gone forth from thence, he saw other two brethren, Iams the son of Zebedeus, and Ion his brother in a ship with Zebedeus their father, mending their nets, and he called them. 22 And they without tarrying, lowering the ship, and their father, followed him. 23 So Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. 24 And his fame spread abroad through all Syria, and they brought to him all sick people, that were taken with divers diseases and torments, and them that were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had the palsy, and he healed them. 25 And there followed him great multitudes out of Galilee, and Decapolis, and Jerusalem, and Judea, and from beyond Jordan. Chapter 5 1 And when he saw the multitude, he went VP into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came to him. 2 And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, 3 Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of Hohen. 4 Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. 5 Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. 6 Blessed are they which hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. 7 Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. 8 Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. 9 Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. 10 Blessed are they which suffer persecution for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of Hohen. 11 Blessed shall ye be when men revile you, and persecute you, and say all manner of ill against you for my sake, falsely. 12 Rejoice and be glad, for great is your reward in Hohen, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. 13 Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt ha lost his sour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. 14 Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill, cannot be hid. 15 Neither do men light a candle, and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light to all that are in the house. 16 Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in Hohen. 17 Think not that I am come to destroy the law, or the prophets. I am not come to destroy them, but to fulfill them. 18 For truly I say to you, till Hohen and earth perish, one ayat or one title of the law shall not scape, till all things be fulfilled. 19 Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of Hohen, but whosoever shall observe and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of Hohen. 20 For I say to you, except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of Hohen. 21 Ye ha heard that it was said to them of the old time, Thou shalt not kill, for whosoever killeth shall be culpable of judgment. 22 But I say to you, whosoever is angry with his brother vnajuisedly, shall be culpable of judgment. And whosoever saith to his brother, Raka, shall be worthy to be punished by the council. And whosoever shall say, Full, shall be worthy to be punished with hell fire. 23 If then thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, 24 Loather thine offering before the altar, and go thy way, first be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. 25 Agree with thine adversary quickly, whiles thou art in the way with him, lest thine adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to ye sergeant, and thou be cast into prison. 26 Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt not come out thence, till thou hast paid the vetmost farthing. 27 Ye ha heard that it was said to them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. 28 But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. 29 Wherefore if thy right eye cause thee to offend, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For better it is for thee, that one of thy members perish, than that thy whole body should be cast into hell. 30 Also if thy right hand make thee to offend, cut it off, and cast it from thee, for better it is for thee that one of thy members perish, than that thy whole body should be cast into hell. 31 It hath been said also, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him jew her a bill of divorcement. 32 But I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, causeth her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery. 33 Again, ye ha heard that it was said to them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform thine oaths to the Lord. 34 But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by Hohen, for it is the throne of God, 35 Nor yet by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by High Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. 36 Neither shalt thou swear by thine head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. 37 But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these, cometh of Yule. 38 Ye ha heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. 39 But I say unto you, resist not Yule, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. 40 And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him haul thy cloak also. 41 And whosoever will compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. 42 Jew to him that asketh, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not away. 43 Ye ha heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor, and hate your enemy. 44 But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which hurt you, and persecute you. 45 That ye may be the children of your Father that is in Hohen, for he maketh his sun to arise on the Yule, and the good, and sendeth rain on the highest and nighest. 46 For if ye love them, which love you, what reward shall you ha? Do not the publicans you in the same? 47 And if ye be friendly to your brethren only, what singular thing do ye? Do not you and the publicans likewise? 48 Ye shall therefore be perfect, as your Father which is in Hohen, is perfect. Chapter 6 1 Take heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them, or else ye shall ha no reward of your Father which is in Ho. 2 Therefore when thou doest thine alms, thou shalt not make a trumpet to be blown before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, to be praised of men. Verily I say unto you, they ha their reward. 3 But when thou doest thine alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, for that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father that seeth in secret, he will reward thee openly. 5 And when thou prayest, be not as the hypocrites, for they love to stand, and pray in the synagogues, and in the corners of the streets, because they would be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they ha their reward. 6 But when thou prayest, enter into thy chamber, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret, shall reward thee openly. 7 Also when ye pray, see no vain repetitions as the heathen, for they think to be heard for their much babbling. 8 Be ye not like them therefore, for your Father knoweth whereof ye ha need, before ye ask of him. 9 After this manner therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in Hohen, hallowed be thy name. 10 Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done you in earth, as it is in Hohen. 11 Jew versus this day our daily bread. 12 And forgive versus our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. 13 And lead versus not into temptation, but deliver versus from Yule, for thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory for Eur. Amen. 14 For if ye do forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. 15 But if ye do not forgive men their trespasses, no more will your Father forgive you your trespasses. 16 Moreover, when ye fast, look not sour as the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces, that they might seem even to men to fast. Dearly I say to you, that they ha their reward. 17 But when thou fastest, anoint thine head, and wash thy face. 18 That thou see me not to men to fast, but to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret, will reward thee openly. 19 Lay not vp treasures for yourselves upon the earth, where the moth and canker corrupt, and where thieves dig through and steal. 20 But lay vp treasures for yourselves in heaven, where neither the moth nor canker corrupteth, and where thieves neither dig through, nor steal. 21 For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. 22 The light of the body is the eye, if then thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be light. 23 But if thine eye be wicked, then all thy body shall be dark. Wherefore if the light that is in thee be darkens, how great is that darkness? 24 No man can serve two masters, for either he shall hate the one, and love the other, or else he shall lean to the one, and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and riches. 25 Therefore I say to you, be not careful for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more worth than meat? And the body than raiment? 26 Behold the foals of the heaven, for they sow not, neither reap, nor carry into the barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? 27 Which of you by taking care is able to add a 1 cubit to his stature? 28 And why care ye for raiment? Learn how the lilies of the field do grow, they are not wearied, neither spin. 29 Yet I say to you, that and Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. 30 Wherefore if God so clothe the grass of the field which is today, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not do much more to you, O ye of little faith? 31 Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewith shall we be clothed? 32 For after all these things seek the Gentiles, for your heavenly Father knoweth, that ye ha need of all these things. 33 But seek ye first the kingdom of God, and his righteousness, and all these things shall be ministered to you. 34 Care not then for the morrow shall care for itself, the day hath enough with his own grief. Chapter 7 1 Judge not, that ye be not judged. 2 With what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. 3 And why sayest thou the mote, that is in thy brother's eye, and perceivest not the beam that is in thine own eye? 4 Or how sayest thou to thy brother, suffer me to cast out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? 5 Hypocrite, first cast out that beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. 6 Do ye not that which is holy to dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they treade them vendor their feet, and turning again, all to rent you. 7 Ask, and it shall be given you, seek, and ye shall find, knock, and it shall be opened to you. 8 For whosoever asketh, receiveth, and he that seeketh, findeth, and to him that knocketh, it shall be opened. 9 For what man is there among you, which if his son ask him bread, would jew him a stone? 10 Or if he ask fish, will he jew him a serpent? 11 If ye then, which are evil, can jew to your children good gifts, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven, jew good things to them that ask him? 12 Therefore whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, and so do ye to them, for this is the law and the prophets. 13 Enter in at the strait gate, for it is the wide gate, and broad way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. 14 Because the gate is strait, and the way narrow that leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. 15 Beware of false prophets, which come to you, in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are rawning wolves. 16 Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns? Or figs of thistles? 17 So every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, and a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. 18 A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. 19 Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down, and cast into the fire. 20 Therefore by their fruits ye shall know them. 21 Not every one that saith to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth my Father's will which is in heaven. 22 Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not by thy name prophesied? And by thy name cast out devils? And by thy name done many great works? 23 And then will I profess to them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. 24 Whosoever then heareth of me these words, and doeth the same, I will liken him to a wise man, which hath builded his house on a rock. 25 And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was grounded on a rock. 26 But whosoever heareth these my words, and doeth them not, shall be likened to a foolish man, which hath builded his house upon the sand. 27 And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and the fall thereof was great. 28 And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these words, the people were astonished at his doctrine. 29 For he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Chapter 8 1 Now when he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. 2 And lo, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Master, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. 3 And Jesus putting forth his hand, touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean, and immediately his leprosy was cleansed. For then Jesus said to him, See thou tell no man, but go, and shew thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded, for a witness to them. 5 When Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came to him a centurion, beseeching him. 6 And said, Master, my servant lieth sick at home of the palsy, and is grievously pained. 7 And Jesus said to him, I will come and heal him. 8 But the centurion answered, saying, Master, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. 9 For I am a man also under the authority of another, and ha soldiers under me, and I say to one, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. 10 When Jesus heard that, he marveled, and said to them that followed him, Verily, I say to you, I ha not found so great faith, even in Israel. 11 But I say to you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. 12 And the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into bitter darkness, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. 13 Then Jesus said to the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it unto thee, and his servant was healed the same hour. 14 And when Jesus came to Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid down, and sick of a fever. 15 And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, so she arose, and ministered to them. 16 When the ewen was come, they brought to him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word, and healed all that were sick. 17 That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, He took our infirmities, and bare our sicknesses. 18 And when Jesus saw a great multitudes of people about him, he commanded them to go over the water. 19 Then came there a certain scribe, and said to him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. 20 But Jesus said to him, The foxes ha holes, and the birds of the heaven ha nests, but the Son of Man hath not whereon to rest his head. 21 And another of his disciples said to him, Master, suffer me first to go, and bury my father. 22 But Jesus said to him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. 23 And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. 24 And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, so that the ship was covered with waves, but he was asleep. 25 Then his disciples came, and awoke him, saying, Master, versus, we perish. 26 And he said to them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose, and rebuked the winds and the sea, and so there was a great calm. 27 And the men marveled, saying, What man is this, that both the winds and the sea obey him? 28 And when he was come to the other side into ye country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with duels, which came out of the growers very fierce, so that no man might go by that way. 29 And behold, they cried out, saying, Jesus the Son of God, what ha we to do with thee? Art thou come hither to torment versus before ye time? 30 Now there was, afar off from them, a great herd of swine feeding. 31 And the duels besought him, saying, If thou cast versus out, suffer versus to go into the herd of swine. 32 And he said unto them, Go. So they went out and departed into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran headlong into the sea, and died in the water. 33 Then the herdmen fled, and when they were come into the city, they told all things, and what was become of them that were possessed with the duels. 34 And behold, all ye city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they besought him to depart out of their coasts. Chapter 9. 1 Then he entrade into a ship, and passed over, and came into his own city. 2 And lo, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, laid on a bed. And Jesus seeing their faith, said to the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good comfort, thy sins are forgiven thee. 3 And behold, certain of the scribes said with themselves, This man blasphemeth. 4 But when Jesus saw their thoughts, he said, Wherefore think ye evil things in your hearts? 5 For whether is it easier to say, Thy sins are forgiven thee, or to say, Arise, and walk? 6 And that ye may know that the Son of Man hath authority in earth to forgive sins, then said he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take thee thy bed, and go to thine house. 7 And he arose, and departed to his own house. 8 So when the multitude saw it, they marveled, and glorified God, which had given such authority to men. 9 And as Jesus passed forth from thence, he saw a man sitting at the custom, named Matthew, and said to him, Follow me. And he arose, and followed him. 10 And it came to pass, as Jesus sat at meat in his house, behold, many publicans and sinners, that came thither, sat down at the table with Jesus and his disciples. 11 And when the Pharisees saw that, they said to his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? 12 Now when Jesus heard it, he said unto them, The whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. 13 But go ye and learn what this is, I will ha mercy, and not sacrifice, for I am not come to call the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. 14 Then came the disciples of Ion to him, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, and thy disciples fast not? 15 And Jesus said unto them, Can the children of the marriage chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come, when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. 16 Moreover no man pieceth an old garment with a piece of new cloth, for that should fill it taketh away from the garment, and the breach is worse. 17 Neither do they put new wine into old vessels, for then the vessels would break, and the wine would be spilt, and the vessels should perish, but they put new wine into new vessels, and so are both preserved. 18 While he thus spake unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler, and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is now deceased, but come and lay thine hand on her, and she shall live. 19 And Jesus arose and followed him with his disciples. 20 And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years, came behind him, and touched the hem of his garment. 21 For she said in herself, If I may touch but his garment only, I shall be whole. 22 Then Jesus turned him about, and seeing her, did say, Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole at that same moment. 23 Now when Jesus came into the ruler's house, and saw the minstrels and the multitude making noise, 24 He said unto them, Get you hence, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. 25 And when the multitude were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. 26 And this bruit went throughout all that land. 27 And as Jesus departed thence, 2 blind men followed him, crying, and saying, O Son of David, ha mercy upon verses 28 And when he was come into the house, the blind came to him, and Jesus said unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? And they said unto him, Yea, Lord. 29 Then touched he their eyes, saying, According to your faith be it unto you. 30 And their eyes were opened, and Jesus gave them great charge, saying, See that no man know it. 31 But when they were departed, they spread abroad his fame throughout all that land. 32 And as they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a duel. 33 And when the duel was cast out, the dumb spake, then the multitude marveled, saying, the like was ne'er seen in Israel. 34 But the Pharisees said, he casteth out duels, through the prince of duels. 35 And Jesus went about all cities and towns, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. 36 But when he saw the multitude, he had compassion upon them, because they were dispersed, and scattered abroad, as sheep having no shepherd. 37 Then said he to his disciples, surely the harvest is great, but the laborers are few. 38 Wherefore pray the Lord of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into his harvest. Chapter 10 1 And he called his 12 disciples to him, and gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal every sickness, and every disease. 2 Now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first is Simon, called Peter, and Andrew his brother, Iams the son of Zebedius, and Ian his brother. 3 Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas, and Matthew that publican, Iams the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus whose surname was Thaddeus, for Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. 5 These 12 did Jesus send forth, and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into the cities of the Samaritans enter ye not. 6 But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. 7 And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. 8 Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out the duels. Freely ye ha received, freely do. 9 Possess not gold, nor silver, nor money in your girdles, 10 Nor a scrip for the irony, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor a staff, for the workman is worthy of his meat. 11 And into whatsoever city or town ye shall come, inquire who is worthy in it, and there abide till ye go thence. 12 And when ye come into an house, salute the same. 13 And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it, but if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. 14 And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house, or that city, shake off the dust of your feet. 15 Truly I say unto you, it shall be easier for them of the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment, than for that city. 16 Behold, I send you as sheep in the midst of the wolves, be ye therefore wise as serpents, and innocent as dews. 17 But beware of men, for they will deliver you to the councils, and will scourge you in their synagogues. 18 And ye shall be brought to the governors and kings for my sake, in witness to them, and to the Gentiles. 19 But when they deliver you, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be due you in that hour, what ye shall say. 20 For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. 21 And the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and the children shall rise against their parents, and shall cause them to die. 22 And ye shall be hated of all men for my name, but he that endureth to the end, he shall be saved. 23 And when they persecute you in this city, flee into another, for verily I say unto you, ye shall not go o'er all the cities of Israel, till the Son of Man be come. 24 The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. 25 It is enough for the disciple to be as his master is, and the servant as his Lord. If they ha called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more them of his household? 26 Fear them not therefore, for there is nothing covered, that shall not be disclosed, nor hid, that shall not be known. 27 What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye on the houses. 28 And fear ye not them which kill the body, but are nor able to kill the soul, but rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. 29 Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? 30 Yea, and all the hairs of your head are numbered. 31 Fear ye not therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. 32 Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. 33 But whosoever shall deny me before me, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. 34 Think not that I am come to send peace into the earth, I came not to send peace, but the sword. 35 For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. 36 And a man's enemies shall be they of his own household. 37 He that lueth father or mother more than me, is not worthy of me. And he that lueth son, or daughter more than me, is not worthy of me. 38 And he that taketh not his cross, and followeth after me, is not worthy of me. 39 He that will find his life, shall lose it, and he that losseth his life for my sake, shall find it. 40 He that receiveth you, receiveth me, and he that receiveth me, receiveth him that hath sent me. 41 He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet, shall receive a prophet's reward, and he that receiveth a righteous man, in the name of a righteous man, shall receive the reward of a righteous man. 42 And whosoever shall give to one of these little ones to drink a cup of cold water only, in the name of a disciple, verily I say to you, he shall not lose his reward. Chapter 11. 1 And it came to pass that when Jesus had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. 2 And when Ian heard in the prison the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said to him, 3 Art thou he that should come, or shall we look for another? 4 And Jesus answering, said unto them, Go, and show Ian what things ye hear, and see. 5 The blind receive sight, and the halt do walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear, the dead are raised vp, and the poor receive the gospel. 6 And blessed is he that shall not be offended in me. 7 And as they departed, Jesus began to speak unto the multitude, of Ian, what went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? 8 But what went ye out to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing, are in kings' houses. 9 But what went ye out to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. 10 For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. 11 Verily I say unto you, among them which are begotten of women, arose there not a greater than Ian Baptist, notwithstanding, he that is the least in the kingdom of heaven, is greater than he. 12 And from the time of Ian Baptist hitherto, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. 13 For all the prophets and the law prophesied to Ian. 14 And if ye will receive it, this is that Elias, which was to come. 15 He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. 16 But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto little children which sit in the markets, and call to their fellows, 17 And say, We ha piped to you, and ye ha not danced, we ha mourned to you, and ye ha not lamented. 18 For Ian came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, He hath a duel. 19 The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold a glutton and a drinker of wine, a friend to publicans and sinners, but wisdom is estified of her children. 20 Then began he to upbraid the cities, wherein most of his great works were done, because they repented not. 21 Woe be to thee, Chorazin, woe be to thee, Bethsaida, for if ye great works, which were done in you, had been done in Tyrus and Sidon, they had repented long agone in sackcloth and ashes. 22 But I say to you, it shall be easier for Tyrus and Sidon at the day of judgment, than for you. 23 And thou, Capernaum, which art lifted vp to heaven, shalt be brought down to hell, for if the great works, which ha been done in thee, had been done among them of Sodom, they had remained to this day. 24 But I say to you, that it shall be easier for them of the land of Sodom in the day of judgment, than for thee. 25 At that time Jesus answered, and said, I give thee thanks, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and men of understanding, and hast opened them to babes. 26 It is so, O Father, because thy good pleasure was such. 27 All things are joined to me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son, but ye Father, neither knoweth any man ye Father, but the Son, and he to whom ye Son will reveal him. 28 Come to me, all ye that are weary and laden, and I will ease you. 29 Take my yoke on you, and learn of me that I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest to your souls. 30 For my yoke is easy, and my burden light. Chapter 12. At that time Jesus went on a Sabbath day through ye corn, and his disciples were an hungred, and begged to pluck ye ears of corn and to eat. 2. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath. 3. But he said unto them, Ha ye not read what Daud did when he was an hungred, and they that were with him? For how he entreated into ye house of God, and did eat the shew bread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests. 5. Or ha ye not read in the law, how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple break the Sabbath, and are blameless? 6. But I say unto you, that here is one greater than the temple. 7. Wherefore if ye knew what this is, I will ha mercy, and not sacrifice, ye would not ha condemn the innocents. 8. For the Son of Man is Lord, even of the Sabbath. 9. And he departed thence, and went into their synagogue. 10. And behold, there was a man which had his hand dried vp. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal upon a Sabbath day? That they might accuse him. 11. And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you, that hath a sheep, and if it fall on a Sabbath day into a pit, doth not take it and lift it out? 12. How much more then is a man better than a sheep? Therefore, it is lawful to do well on a Sabbath day. 13. Then said he to the man, Stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was made whole as the other. 14. Then the Pharisees went out, and consulted against him, how they might destroy him. 15. But Jesus knew it, he departed thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed the owl. 16. And charged them in threatening wise, that they should not make him known. 17. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, 18. Behold my servant whom I ha chosen, my beloved in whom my soul delighteth, I will put my spirit on him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. 19. He shall not stray you, nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. 20. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he bring forth judgment to victory. 21. And in his name shall the Gentiles trust. 22. Then was brought to him one, possessed with a duel, both blind, and dumb, and he healed him, so that he which was blind and dumb, both spake and saw. 23. And all the people were amazed, and said, Is not this that son of Daud? 24. But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, This man casteth the duels no otherwise out, but through Beelzebub the prince of duels. 25. But Jesus knew their thoughts, and said to them, Your kingdom doeth it against itself, is brought to naught, and your city or house, doeth it against itself, shall not stand. 26. So if Satan cast out Satan, he is doeth it against himself, how shall then his kingdom endure? 27. Also if I through Beelzebub cast out duels, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. 28. But if I cast out duels by ye Spirit of God, then is the kingdom of God come to you. 29. Else how can a man enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then spoil his house? 30. He that is not with me, is against me, and he that gathereth not with me, scattereth. 31. Wherefore I say unto you, your sin and blasphemy shall be forged you unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost shall not be forged you unto men. 32. And whosoever shall speak a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forged you in him, but whosoever shall speak against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forged you in him, neither in this world, nor in the world to come. 33. Either make the tree good, and his fruit good, or else make the tree yule, and his fruit yule, for the tree is known by the fruit. 34. O generations of vipers, how can you speak good things, when ye are yule? For of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. 35. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth good things, and an ill man out of an ill treasure, bringeth forth ill things. 36. But I say unto you, that of your idle word that men shall speak, they shall due account thereof at the day of judgment. 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. 38. Then answered certain of ye scribes and of the Pharisees, saying, Master, we would see a sign of thee. 39. But he answered and said to them, An ill and adulterous generation seeketh a sign, but no sign shall be joined to it, saw that sign of the prophet Ionas. 40. For as Ionas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in ye heart of the earth. 41 The men of Nu shall rise in judgment with this generation, and condemn it, for they repented at the preaching of Ionas, and behold, a greater than Ionas is here. 42 The queen of the south shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, for she came from the vetmost parties of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is here. 43 Now when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh throughout dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. 44 Then he saith, I will return into mine house from whence I came, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished. 45 Then he goeth, and taketh to him seven other spirits worse than himself, and they enter in, and dwell there, and the ending of that man is worse than the beginning. And so shall it be with this wicked generation. 46 While he yet spake to ye multitude, behold, his mother, and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. 47 Then one said to him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. 48 But he answered, and said to him that told him, Who is my mother? And who are my brethren? 49 And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples, and said, Behold my mother and my brethren. 50 For whosoever shall dull my father's will which is in Hoan, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Chapter 13. 1 The same day went Jesus out of the house, and sate by the seaside. 2 And great multitudes resorted to him, so that he went into a ship, and sate down, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. 3 Then he spake many things to them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. 4 And as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the foals came and devoured them. 5 And some fell upon stony ground, where they had not much earth, and anon they sprung, because they had no depth of earth. 6 And when the sun was, they were parched, and for lack of rooting, withered away. 7 And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung, and choked them. 8 Some again fell in good ground, and brought forth fruit, one corn an 100-fold, some 60-fold, and another 30-fold. 9 He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. 10 Then the disciples came, and said to him, Why speakest thou to them in parables? 11 And he answered, and said to them, Because it is Jew unto you, to know the secrets of the kingdom of Hoan, but to thee it is not Jew. 12 For whosoever hath, to him shall be Jewen, and he shall ha abundance, but whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, and that he hath. 13 Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing, do not see, and hearing, they hear not, neither understand. 14 So in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which prophecy saith, By hearing, ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing, ye shall see, and shall not perceive. 15 For this people's heart is waxed fat, and their ears are dull of hearing, and with their eyes they ha winked, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should return, that I might heal them. 16 But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. 17 For verily I say to you, that many prophets, and righteous men ha desired to see those things which ye see, and ha not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and ha not heard them. 18 Hear ye therefore ye parable of ye sower. 19 Whensoever any man heareth the word of that kingdom, and understandeth it not, that you'll one cometh, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart, and this is he which hath received the seed by the wayside. 20 And he that received seed in the stony ground, is he which heareth the word, and incontinently with ioe receiveth it. 21 Yet hath he no root in himself, and dureth but a season, for as soon as tribulation or persecution cometh because of the word, by and by he is offended. 22 And he that received the seed among thorns, is he that heareth the word, but the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he is made fruitful. 23 But he that received the seed in the good ground, is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. 24 Another parable put he forth to them, saying, The kingdom of Hoan is like to a man which sowed good seed in his field. 25 But while men slept, there came his enemy, and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. 26 And when the blade was sprung, and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. 27 Then came the Saruants of the householder, and said to him, Master, sowedst not thou good seed in thy fielda? From whence then hath it tares? 28 And he said to them, Some Anuius man hath done this. Then the Saruants said to him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them vp? 29 But he said, Nay, lest while ye go about to gather the tares, ye pluck vp also with them the wheat. 30 Let both grow together till the harvest, and in time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye first the tares, and bind them in shows to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. 31 Another parable he put forth to them, saying, The kingdom of Hoen is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man taketh and soweth in his fielda. 32 Which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and it is a tree, so that the birds of Hoen come and builda in the branches thereof. 33 Another parable spake he to them, The kingdom of Hoen is like to lowen, which a woman taketh and hideth in 3 pecks of meal, till all be lowened. 34 All these things spake Jesus to the multitude in parables, and without parables spake he not to them. 35 That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, and will viter the things which ha been kept secret from the foundation of the world. 36 Then sent Jesus the multitude away, and went into the house. And his disciples came to him, saying, Declare to us the parable of the tares of that fielda. 37 Then answered he, and said to them, He that soweth the good seed, is the Son of Man. 38 And the field is the world, and the good seed are the children of the kingdom, and the tares are the children of that wicked one. 39 And the enemy that soweth them, is the duel, and the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers be the angels. 40 As then the tares are gathered and burned in ye fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. 41 The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity. 42 And shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. 43 Then shall the highest men shine as ye sun in the kingdom of their Father. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. 44 Again, the kingdom of Hoen is like to a treasure hid in ye field, which when a man hath found, he hideth it, and for Ioe thereof departeth and selleth all that he hath, and beat that field. 45 Again, the kingdom of Hoen is like to a merchant man, that seeketh good pearls. 46 Who having found a pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had, and bought it. 47 Again, the kingdom of Hoen is like to a drawn net cast into the sea, that gathereth of all kinds of things. 48 Which, when it is full, men draw to land, and sit and gather the good into vessels, and cast the bad away. 49 So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall go forth, and sewer the bad from among the highest. 50 And shall cast them into a furnace of fire, there shall be wailing, and gnashing of teeth. 51 Jesus said to them, Understand ye all these things? They said to him, Yea, Lord. 52 Then said he to them, Therefore your scribe which is taught to the kingdom of Hoen, is like to an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things both new and old. 53 And it came to pass, that when Jesus had ended these parables, he departed thence. 54 And came into his own country, and taught them in their synagogue, so that they were astonished, and said, Whence cometh this wisdom and great works unto this man? 55 Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Marie, and his brethren Iams and Ioses, and Simon and Judas? 56 And are not his sisters all with Versus? Whence then hath he all these things? 57 And they were offended with him. Then Jesus said to them, A prophet is not without honor, saw in his own country, and in his own house. 58 And he did not many great works there, for their belief's sake. Chapter 14. 1 At that time Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Jesus. 2 And said to his Saruants, This is that John Baptist, he is risen again from the dead, and therefore great works are wrought by him. 3 For Herod had taken John, and bound him, and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said to him, It is not lawful for thee to ha her. 5 And when he would ha put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. 6 But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them, and pleased Herod. 7 Wherefore he promised with an oath, that he would do her whatsoever she would ask. 8 And she being before instructed of her mother, said, Jimmy here Ian Baptist's head in a platter. 9 And the king was sorry, nevertheless because of the oath, and them that sate with him at the table, he commanded it to be Jewen her. 10 And sent, and beheaded Ian in the prison. 11 And his head was brought in a platter, and Jewen to the maid, and she brought it to her mother. 12 And his disciples came, and took the body, and buried it, and went, and told Jesus. 13 And when Jesus heard it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the multitude had heard it, they followed him on foot out of the cities. 14 And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. 15 And when Ewan was come, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is already past, let the multitude depart, that they may go into the towns, and buy them victuals. 16 But Jesus said to them, They ha no need to go away, do ye them to eat. 17 Then said they to him, We ha here but few loaves, and 2 fishes. 18 And he said, Bring them hither to me. 19 And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the few loaves and the 2 fishes, and looked to Hoan and blessed, and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. 20 And they did all eat, and were sufficed, and they took of the fragments that remained, 12 baskets full. 21 And they that had eaten, were about few thousand men, beside women and little children. 22 And straightway Jesus compelled his disciples to enter into a ship, and to go before him, while he sent the multitude away. 23 And as soon as he had sent the multitude away, he went into a mountain alone to pray, and when the evening was come, he was there alone. 24 And the ship was now in the midst of the sea, and was tossed with wows, for it was a contrary wind. 25 And in the 4th watch of the night, Jesus went to them, walking on the sea. 26 And when his disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and cried out for fear. 27 But straightway Jesus spake to them, saying, Be of good comfort, it is I, be not afraid. 28 Then Peter answered him, and said, Master, if it be thou, bid me come to thee on the water. 29 And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water, to go to Jesus. 30 But when he saw a mighty wind, he was afraid, and as he began to sink, he cried, saying, Master, saw me. 31 So immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand, and caught him, and said to him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? 32 And as soon as they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. 33 Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth thou art the Son of God. 34 And when they were come they came into the land of Gennesaret. 35 And when the men of that place knew him, they sent out into all that country round about, and brought to him all that were sick. 36 And besought him, that they might touch the hem of his garment only, and as many as touched it, were made whole. Chapter 15. 1 Then came to Jesus the scribes and Pharisees, which were of high Jerusalem, saying, 2 Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. 3 But he answered and said unto them, Why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition? For God hath commanded, saying, Honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. 5 But ye say, Whosoever shall say to father or mother, By the gift that is offered by me, thou mayest ha profit. 6 Though he honor not his father, or his mother, shall be free, thus ha ye made the commandment of God of no authority by your tradition. 7 O hypocrites, Esaias prophesied well of you, saying, 8 This people draweth near to me with their mouth, and honoureth me with the lips, but their heart is far off from me. 9 But in vain they worship me, teaching for doctrines, men's precepts. 10 Then he called the multitude to him, and said to them, Hear and understand. 11 That which goeth into the mouth, defileth not the man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, that defileth the man. 12 Then came his disciples, and said to him, Perceivest thou not, that the Pharisees are offended in hearing this saying? 13 But he answered and said, Every plant which mine heavenly Father hath not planted, shall be rooted. VP 14 Let them alone, they be the blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead ye blind, both shall fall into the ditch. 15 Then answered Peter, and said to him, Declare to versus this parable. 16 Then said Jesus, Are ye yet without understanding? 17 Perceive ye not yet, that whatsoever entereth into the mouth, goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the draught? 18 But those things which proceed out of the mouth, come from the heart, and they defile the man. 19 For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false testimonies, slanders. 20 These are the things, which defile the man, but to eat with unwashen hands, defileth not ye man. 21 And Jesus went thence, and departed into the coasts of Tyrus and Sidon. 22 And behold, a woman a Canaanite came out of the same coasts, and cried, saying to him, Ha mercy on me, O Lord, the Son of David, my daughter is miserably vexed with a duel. 23 But he answered her not a word. Then came to him his disciples, and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after. Verses 24 But he answered, and said, I am not sent, but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. 25 Yet she came, and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. 26 And he answered, and said, It is not good to take the children's bread, and to cast it to whelps. 27 But she said, Truth, Lord, yet indeed the whelps eat of the crumbs, which fall from their master's table. 28 Then Jesus answered, and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith, be it to thee, as thou desirest. And her daughter was made whole at that hour. 29 So Jesus went away from thence, and came near to the Sea of Galilee, and went VP into a mountain and sate down there. 30 And great multitudes came to him, howling with them, halt, blind, dumb, maimed, and many other, and cast them down at Jesus' feet, and he healed them. 31 And so much that the multitude wondered, to see the dumb speak, the maimed whole, the halt to go, and the blind to see, and they glorified the God of Israel. 32 Then Jesus called his disciples to him, and said, I ha compassion on this multitude, because they ha continued with me already 3 days, and ha nothing to eat, and I will not let them depart fasting, lest they faint in the way. 33 And his disciples said to him, Whence should we get so much bread in the wilderness, as should suffice so great a multitude? 34 And Jesus said to them, How many loaves ha ye? And they said, 7, and a few little fishes. 35 Then he commanded the multitude to sit down on the ground. 36 And took the 7 loaves, and the fishes, and gave thanks, and brake them, and gave to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. 37 And they did all eat, and were sufficed, and they took VP of the fragments that remained, 7 baskets full. 38 And they that had eaten, were 4,000 men, beside women, and little children. 39 Then Jesus sent away the multitude, and took ship, and came into the parties of Magdala. Chapter 16 1 Then came the Pharisees and Sadducees, and did tempt him, desiring him to shew them a sign from heaven. 2 But he answered, and said to them, When it is evening, ye say, Fair weather, for ye sky is red. 3 And in the morning ye say, Today shall be a tempest, for the sky is red and lowering. O hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, and can ye not discern the signs of the times? For the wicked generation and adulteress seeketh a sign, but there shall no sign be due in it, but that sign of the prophet Ionas. So he left them, and departed. 5 And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread with them. 6 Then Jesus said to them, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees. 7 And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we ha brought no bread. 8 But Jesus knowing it, said to them, O ye of little faith, why reason you thus among yourselves, because ye ha brought no bread? 9 Do ye not yet perceive, neither remember the few loaves, when there were few thousand men, and how many baskets took ye VP? 10 Neither the 7 loaves when there were 4,000 men, and how many baskets took ye VP? 11 Why perceive ye not that I said not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees? 12 Then understood they that he had not said that they should beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and Sadducees. 13 Now when Jesus came into the coasts of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? 14 And they said, Some say, John Baptist, and some, Elias, and others, Jeremias, or one of the prophets. 15 He said to them, But whom say ye that I am? 16 Then Simon Peter answered, and said, Thou art that Christ, the Son of the living God. 17 And Jesus answered, and said to him, Blessed art thou, Simon, the son of Ionas, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. 18 And I say also to thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and ye gates of hell shall not overcome it. 19 And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind upon earth, shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth, shall be loosed in heaven. 20 Then he charged his disciples, that they should tell no man that he was Jesus that Christ. 21 From that time forth Jesus began to shew to his disciples, that he must go to high Jerusalem, and suffer many things of the elders, and of the high priests, and scribes, and be slain, and be raised again the third day. 22 Then Peter took him aside, and began to rebuke him, saying, Master, pity thyself, this shall not be to thee. 23 Then he turned back, and said to Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan, thou art an offense to me, because thou understandest not the things that are of God, but the things that are of men. 24 Jesus then said to his disciples, If any man will follow me, let him forsake himself, and take his cross, and follow me. 25 For whosoever will save his life, shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life for my sake, shall find it. 26 For what shall it profit a man though he should win the whole world, if he lose his own soul? Or what shall a man do for recompense of his soul? 27 For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then shall he do to every man according to his deeds. 28 Verily I say to you, there be some of them that stand here, which shall not taste of death, till they ha seen the Son of Man come in his kingdom. Chapter 17 1 And after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, and James, and John his brother, and brought them into an high mountain apart. 2 And was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his clothes were as white as the light. 3 And behold, there appeared unto them Moses, and Elias, talking with him. For then answered Peter, and said to Jesus, Master, it is good for verses to be here. If thou wilt, let verses make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. 5 While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud shadowed them, and behold, there came a voice out of the cloud, saying, This is that my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased, hear him. 6 And when the disciples heard that, they fell on their faces, and were sore afraid. 7 Then Jesus came and touched them, and said, Arise, and be not afraid. 8 And when they lifted their eyes, they saw and no man, saw Jesus only. 9 And as they came down from the mountain, Jesus charged them, saying, Show the vision to no man, till the Son of Man rise again from the dead. 10 And his disciples asked him, saying, Why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? 11 And Jesus answered, and said unto them, Certainly Elias must first come, and restore all things. 12 But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but ha done to him whatsoever they would, likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. 13 Then the disciples perceived that he spake to them of John Baptist. 14 And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, and fell down at his feet. 15 And said, Master, ha pity on my son, for he is lunatic, and is sore vexed, for oft times he falleth into the fire, and oft times into the water. 16 And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not heal him. 17 Then Jesus answered, and said, O generation faithless, and crooked, how long now shall I be with you? How long now shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. 18 And Jesus rebuked the duel, and he went out of him, and the child was healed at that hour. 19 Then came the disciples to Jesus apart, and said, Why could not we cast him out? 20 And Jesus said to them, Because of your belief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as much as is a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible to you. 21 Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. 22 And they being in Galilee, Jesus said unto them, The Son of Man shall be delivered into the hands of men. 23 And they shall kill him, but the third day shall he rise again, and they were very sorry. 24 And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received Paul money, came to Peter, and said, Doeth not your master pay Paul money? 25 He said, Yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take tribute, or Paul money? Of their children, or of strangers? 26 Peter said unto him, Of strangers. Then said Jesus unto him, Then are the children free. 27 Nevertheless, lest we should offend them, go to the sea, and cast in an angle, and take the first fish that cometh vp, and when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of 20 pence, that take, and jew it unto them for me and thee. Chapter 18. One the same time the disciples came to Jesus, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? 2 And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them. 3 And said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted, and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. For whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. 5 And whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name, receiveth me. 6 But whosoever shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him, that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. 7 Would be to the world because of offences, for it must needs be that offences shall come, but would be to that man by whom the offence cometh. 8 Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot cause thee to offend, cut them off, and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life, halt, or maimed, than having 2 hands, or 2 feet, to be cast into everlasting fire. 9 And if thine eye cause thee to offend, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye, than having 2 eyes to be cast into hell fire. 10 See that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you, that in heaven their angels always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. 11 For the Son of Man is come to saw that which was lost. 12 How think ye? If a man ha 100 sheep, and one of them be gone astray, doeth he not low 99, and go into the mountains, and seek that which is gone astray? 13 And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more of that sheep, than of the 99 which went not astray. 14 So is it not ye will of your Father which is in heaven, that one of these little ones should perish. 15 Moreover, if thy brother trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he hear thee, thou hast won thy brother. 16 But if he hear thee not, take yet with thee 1 or 2, that by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses your reward may be confirmed. 17 And if he refuse to hear them, tell it to the church, and if he refuse to hear the church also, let him be to thee as an heathen man, and a publican. 18 Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye bind on earth, shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye loose on earth, shall be loosed in heaven. 19 Again, verily I say unto you, that if 2 of you shall agree in earth upon anything, whatsoever they shall desire, it shall be done them of my Father which is in heaven. 20 For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. 21 Then came Peter to him, and said, Master, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I shall forswear him? 2 times? 22 Jesus said unto him, I say not to thee, 2 times, but 70 times. 23 Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened to a certain king, which would take an account of his servants. 24 And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought to him, which owed him 10,000 talents. 25 And because he had nothing to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife, and his children, and all that he had, and the debt to be paid. 26 The servant therefore fell down, and worshipped him, saying, Lord, refrain thine anger toward me, and I will pay thee all. 27 Then that servant's Lord had compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. 28 But when the servant was departed, he found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence, and he laid hands on him, and throttled him, saying, Pay me that thou owest. 29 Then his fellow servant fell down at his feet, and besought him, saying, Refrain thine anger towards me, and I will pay thee all. 30 Yet he would not, but went and cast him into prison, till he should pay the debt. 31 And when his other fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came, and declared to their lord all that was done. 32 Then his lord called him to him, and said to him, O you servant, I forego thee all that debt, because thou praidest me. 33 Oughtest not thou also to ha had pity on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? 34 So his lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, till he should pay all that was due to him. 35 So likewise shall mine heavenly Father do to you, except ye forgive from your hearts, each one to his brother their trespasses. Chapter 19. 1 And it came to pass that when Jesus had finished these sayings, he departed from Galilee, and came into ye coasts of Judea beyond Jordan. 2 And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. 3 Then came to him the Pharisees tempting him, and saying to him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife upon every occasion? 4 And he answered and said to them, Ha ye not read, that he which made them at the beginning, made them male and female? 5 And said, For this cause, shall a man leave father and mother, and clove to his wife, and they which were two shall be one flesh. 6 Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. Let not man therefore put asunder that, which God hath coupled together. 7 They said to him, Why did then Moses command to do a bill of divorcement, and to put her away? 8 He said to them, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. 9 I say therefore to you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for whoredom, and marry another, committeth adultery, and whosoever marrieth her which is divorced, doeth commit adultery. 10 Then said his disciples to him, If the matter be so between man and wife, it is not good to marry. 11 But he said to them, All men cannot receive this thing, saw they to whom it is due. 12 For there are some eunuchs, which were so born of their mother's belly, and there be some eunuchs, which be gelded by men, and there be some eunuchs, which ha gelded themselves for the kingdom of heaven. He that is able to receive this, let him receive it. 13 Then were brought to him little children, that he should put his hands on them, and pray, and the disciples rebuked them. 14 But Jesus said, Suffer the little children, and forbid them not to come to me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. 15 And when he had put his hands on them, he departed thence. 16 And behold, one came and said to him, Good Master, what good thing shall I do, that I may ha eternal life? 17 And he said to him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, even God, but if thou wilt enter into life, keep ye commandments. 18 He said to him, Which? And Jesus said, These, Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. 19 Honor thy father and mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. 20 The young man said to him, I ha observed all these things from my youth, what lack I yet? 21 Jesus said to him, If thou wilt be perfect, go, sell that thou hast, and give it to the poor, and thou shalt ha treasure in heaven, and come, and follow me. 22 And when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. 23 Then Jesus said to his disciples, Verily I say to you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. 24 And again I say to you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle, than for a rich man to enter into ye kingdom of God. 25 And his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, Who then can be saved? 26 And Jesus beheld them, and said to them, With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. 27 Then answered Peter, and said to him, Behold, we ha forsaken all, and followed thee, what therefore shall we ha? 28 And Jesus said to them, Verily I say to you, that when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his majesty, ye which followed me in the regeneration, shall sit also upon 12 thrones and judge the 12 tribes of Israel. 29 And whosoever shall forsake houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, he shall receive an hundredfold more, and shall inherit everlasting life. 30 But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Chapter 20. 1 For the kingdom of Hoan is like to a certain householder, which went out at the dawning of the day to hire laborers into his vineyard. 2 And he agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, and sent them into his vineyard. 3 And he went out about the third hour, and saw other standing idle in the marketplace, 4 And said to them, Go ye also into my vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will do you. And they went their way. 5 Again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. 6 And he went about the 11th hour, and found others standing idle, and said to them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? 7 They said to him, Because no man hath hired versus. He said to them, Go ye also into my vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. 8 And when Ewan was come, the master of the vineyard said to his steward, Call the laborers, and give them their hire, beginning at the last, till thou come to the first. 9 And they which were hired about ye 11th hour, came and received Uri man a penny. 10 Now when the first came, they supposed that they should receive more, but they likewise received Uri man a penny. 11 And when they had received it, they murmured against the master of the house. 12 Saying, These last ha wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal to versus, which ha borne the burden and heat of the day. 13 And he answered one of them, saying, Friend, I do thee no wrong, didst thou not agree with me for a penny? 14 Take that which is thine own, and go thy way, I will give to this last, as much as to thee. 15 Is it not lawful for me to do as I will with mine own? Is thine Ewell, because I am good? 16 So the last shall be first, and the first last, for many are called, but few chosen. 17 And Jesus went vp to Jerusalem, and took the 12 disciples apart in the way, and said to them, 18 Behold, we go vp to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man shall be delivered to the chief priests, and to the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death. 19 And shall deliver him to the Gentiles, to mock, and to scourge, and to crucify him, but the third day he shall rise again. 20 Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshipping him, and desiring a certain thing of him. 21 And he said to her, What wouldest thou? She said to him, Grant that these my 2 sons may sit, the one at thy right hand, and the other at thy left hand in thy kingdom. 22 And Jesus answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I shall be baptized with? They said to him, We are able. 23 And he said to them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and shall be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with, but to sit at my right hand, and at my left hand is not mine to Jew, but it shall be Jewen to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. 24 And when the other 10 heard this, they disdained at the 2 brethren. 25 Therefore Jesus called them to him, and said, We know that the lords of the Gentiles ha domination over them, and they that are great, exercise authority over them. 26 But it shall not be so among you, but whosoever will be great among you, let him be your servant. 27 And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. 28 Ewan as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to do his life for the ransom of many. 29 And as they departed from Jericho, a great multitude followed him. 30 And behold, 2 blind men, sitting by the wayside, when they heard that Jesus passed by, cried, saying, O Lord, the Son of David, ha mercy on. Verses 31 And the multitude rebuked them, because they should hold their peace, but they cried the more, saying, O Lord, the Son of David, ha mercy on. Verses 32 Then Jesus stood still, and called them, and said, What will ye that I should do to you? 33 They said to him, Lord, that our eyes may be opened. 34 And Jesus moved with compassion, touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Chapter 21. 1 And when they drew near to Jerusalem, and were come to Bethphage, to the Mount of the Olives, then sent Jesus 2 disciples, 2 saying to them, Go into the town that is over against you, and anon ye shall find an ass bound, and a colt with her, loose them, and bring them to me. 3 And if any man say aught to you, say ye, that the Lord hath need of them, and straightway he will let them go. For all this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, 5 Tell ye the daughter of Shaun, Behold, thy king cometh to thee, meek and sitting upon an assy, and a colt, the foal of an assy beast to the yoke. 6 So the disciples went, and did as Jesus had commanded them. 7 And brought the assy and the colt, and put on them their clothes, and set him thereon. 8 And a great multitude spread their garments in the way, and other cut down branches from the trees, and strawed them in the way. 9 Moreover, the people that went before, and they also that followed, cried, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, blessed be he that cometh in the name of the Lord, Hosanna thou which art in the highest Hoans. 10 And when he was come into high Jerusalem, all the city was mud, saying, Who is this? 11 And the people said, This is Jesus that prophet of Nazareth in Galilee. 12 And Jesus went into the temple of God, and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and o'erthrew the tables of the money changers, and the seats of them that sold dues. 13 And said to them, It is written, My house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye ha made it a den of thieves. 14 Then the blind and the halt came to him in the temple, and he healed them. 15 But when the chief priests and scribes saw the miracles that he did, and the children crying in the temple, and saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they disdained. 16 And said to him, Hearest thou what these say? And Jesus said to them, Yea, read ye noyer, by the mouth of babes and sucklings thou hast made perfect the praise? 17 So he left them, and went out of the city to Bethania, and lodged there. 18 And in the morning, as he returned into the city, he was hungry. 19 And seeing a fig tree in the way, he came to it, and found nothing thereon, but loaves only, and said to it, Noyer fruit grow on thee henceforwards. And anon the fig tree withered. 20 And when his disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, How soon is the fig tree withered? 21 And Jesus answered and said to them, Dearly I say to you, if ye ha faith, and doubt not, ye shall not only do that, which I ha done to the fig tree, but also if ye say to this mountain, Take thyself away, and cast thyself into the sea, it shall be done. 22 And whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, if ye believe, ye shall receive it. 23 And he was come into the temple, the chief priests, and the elders of the people came to him, as he was teaching, and said, By what authority doest thou these things? And who gave thee this authority? 24 Then Jesus answered and said to them, I also will ask of you a certain thing, which if ye tell me, I likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things. 25 The baptism of Ion, whence was it? From Hoan, or of men? Then they reasoned among themselves, saying, If we shall say, From Hoan, he will say to Versus, Why did ye not then believe him? 26 And if we say, Of men, we fear the multitude, for all hold Ion as a prophet. 27 Then they answered Jesus, and said, We cannot tell. And he said to them, Neither tell I you by what authority I do these things. 28 But what think ye? A certain man had 2 sons, and came to the elder, and said, Son, go and work today in my vineyard. 29 But he answered, and said, I will not, yet afterward he repented himself, and went. 30 Then came he to the second, and said likewise. And he answered, and said, I will, sire, yet he went not. 31 Whether of them twain did the will of the Father? They said to him, The first. Jesus said to them, Dearly I say to you, that the publicans and the harlots go before you into the kingdom of God. 32 For Ion came to you in the way of righteousness, and ye believed him not, but the publicans, and the harlots believed him, and ye, though ye saw it, were not moved with repentance afterward, that ye might believe him. 33 Hear another parable. There was a certain householder, which planted a vineyard, and hedged it round about, and made a winepress therein, and built a tower, and let it out to husbandmen, and went into a strange country. 34 And when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandmen to receive the fruits thereof. 35 And ye husbandmen took his servants and beat one, and killed another, and stoned another. 36 Again he sent other servants, more than the first, and they did the like to them. 37 But last of all he sent to them his own son, saying, They will reverence my son. 38 But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, This is the heir, come, let Versus kill him, and let Versus take his inheritance. 39 So they took him, and cast him out of the vineyard, and slew him. 40 When therefore the Lord of the vineyard shall come, what will he do to those husbandmen? 41 They said to him, he will cruelly destroy those wicked men, and will let out his vineyard to other husbandmen, which shall devour him the fruits in their seasons. 42 Jesus said to them, read ye nowhere in the scriptures, the stone which the builders refused, the same is made the head of the corner? This was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. 43 Therefore say I to you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you, and shall be joined to a nation, which shall bring forth the fruits thereof. 44 And whosoever shall fall on this stone, he shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will dash him a pieces. 45 And when the chief priests and Pharisees had heard his parables, they perceived that he spake of them. 46 And they seeking to lay hands on him, feared the people, because they took him as a prophet. Chapter 22. 1 Then Jesus answered, and spake to them again in parables, saying, to the kingdom of Heaven is like to a certain king which married his son. 3 And sent forth his servants, to call them that were bid to the wedding, but they would not come. 4 Again he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I ha prepared my dinner, mine oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready, come to the marriage. 5 But they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, and another about his merchandise. 6 And the remnant took his servants, and entreated them sharply, and slew them. 7 But when the king heard it, he was wroth, and sent forth his warriors, and destroyed those murderers, and burnt their city. 8 Then said he to his servants, truly the wedding is prepared, but they which were bidden were not worthy. 9 Go ye therefore out into the highways, and as many as ye find, bid them to the marriage. 10 So those Sarawantes went out into the highways, and gathered together all that they found, both good and bad, so the wedding was furnished with guests. 11 Then the king came in, to see the guests, and saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. 12 And he said to him, friend, how camest thou in hither, and hast not on a wedding garment? And he was speechless. 13 Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot, take him away, and cast him into Veter darkens, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. 14 For many are called, but few chosen. 15 Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might tangle him in Taka. 16 And they sent to him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of God truly, neither carest for any man, for thou considerest not the person of men. 17 Tell verses therefore, how thinkest thou? Is it lawful to do tribute to Caesar, or not? 18 But Jesus perceived their wickedness, and said, why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? 19 Shew me the tribute money. And they brought him a penny. 20 And he said to them, whose is this image and superscription? 21 They said to him, Caesar's. Then said he to them, do therefore to Caesar, the things which are Caesar's, and do to God, those things which are God's. 22 And when they heard it, they marveled, and left him, and went their way. 23 The same day the Sadducees came to him, which say that there is no resurrection, and asked him, 24 Saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die, having no children, his brother shall marry his wife by the right of alliance, and raise seed to his brother. 25 Now there were with verses Suan brethren, and the first married a wife, and deceased, and having none issue, left his wife to his brother. 26 Likewise also the second, and the third, to the suanth. 27 And last of all the woman died also. 28 Therefore in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the suan? For all had her. 29 Then Jesus answered, and said to them, ye are deceived, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. 30 For in the resurrection they neither marry wives, nor wives are bestowed in marriage, but are as the angels of God in Heaven. 31 And concerning the resurrection of the dead, ha ye not read what is spoken to you of God, saying, 32 I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob? God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. 33 And when the multitude heard it, they were astonished at his doctrine. 34 But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they assembled together. 35 And one of them, which was an expounder of the law, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, 36 Master, which is ye great commandment in the law? 37 Jesus said to him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. 38 This is the first and the great commandment. 39 And the second is like unto this, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. 40 On these two commandments hangeth the whole law, and the prophets. 41 While the Pharisees were gathered together, Jesus asked them, 42 saying, What think ye of Christ? Whose son is he? They said to him, David's. 43 He said to them, How then doeth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, 44 The Lord said to my Lord, Sit at my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool? 45 If then David call him Lord, how is he his son? 46 And none could answer him a word, neither durst any from that day forth ask him any mo questions. Chapter 23. 1 Then spake Jesus to the multitude, and to his disciples, 2 saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. 3 All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe, and do, but after their works do not, for they say, and do not. 4 For they bind heavy burdens, and grues to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. 5 All their works they do for to be seen of men, for they make their phylacteries broad, and make long the fringes of their garments. 6 And lo the chief place at feasts, and to ha the chief seats in the assemblies. 7 And greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. 8 But be not ye called, Rabbi, for one is your doctor, to wit, Christ, and all ye are brethren. 9 And call no man your father upon the earth, for there is but one, your Father which is in heaven. 10 Be not called doctors, for one is your doctor, you and Christ. 11 But he that is greatest among you, let him be your servant. 12 For whosoever will exalt himself, shall be brought low, and whosoever will humble himself, shall be exalted. 13 Would therefore be to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye shut be the kingdom of heaven before men, for ye yourselves go not in, neither suffer ye them that would enter, to come in. 14 Would be to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye door widows' houses, you and vendor a colour of long prayers, wherefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. 15 Would be to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one of your profession, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell, than you yourselves. 16 Would be to you blind guides, which say, Whosoever sweareth by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever sweareth by the gold of the temple, he offendeth. 17 Ye fools and blind, whether is greater, the gold, or the temple that sanctifieth the gold? 18 And whosoever sweareth by the altar, it is nothing, but whosoever sweareth by the offering that is upon it, offendeth. 19 Ye fools and blind, whether is greater, the offering, or the altar which sanctifieth the offering? 20 Whosoever therefore sweareth by the altar, sweareth by it, and by all things thereon. 21 And whosoever sweareth by the temple, sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. 22 And he that sweareth by heaven, sweareth by the throne of God, and by him that sitteth thereon. 23 Would be to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye tithe mint, and anise, and cumin, and lo the weightier matters of the law, as judgment, and mercy and fidelity. These ought ye to ha done, and not to ha left the other. 24 Ye blind guides, which strain out a gnat, and swallow a camel. 25 Would be to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the beater side of the cup, and of the platter, but within they are full of bribery and excess. 26 Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first the inside of the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. 27 Would be to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like to whited tombs, which appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and all filthiness. 28 So are ye also, for outward ye appear righteous to men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. 29 Would be to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye build the tombs of the prophets, and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous. 30 And say, If we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not ha been partners with them in the blood of the prophets. 31 So then ye be witnesses to yourselves, that ye are the children of them that murdered the prophets. 32 Fulfill ye also ye measure of your fathers. 33 O serpents, the generation of vipers, how should ye escape the damnation of hell? 34 Wherefore behold, I send unto you prophets, and wise men, and scribes, and of them ye shall kill and crucify, and of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute from city to city. 35 That upon you may come all the righteous blood that was shed upon the earth, from the blood of Abel the righteous, to the blood of Zacharias the son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. 36 Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. 37 High Jerusalem, which killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent to thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, as the henny gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. 38 Behold, your habitation shall be left unto you desolate. 39 For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth till that ye say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Chapter 24. 1 And Jesus went out, and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him, to shew him the building of the temple. 2 And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be here left a stone upon a stone, that shall not be cast down. 3 And as he sate upon the Mount of Olives, his disciples came to him apart, saying, Tell us when these things shall be, and what sickness shall be of thy coming, and of the ending of the world. 4 And Jesus answered, and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. 5 For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. 6 And ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. 7 For nation shall rise against nation, and realm against realm, and there shall be famine, and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places. 8 All these are but ye beginning of sorrows. 9 Then shall they deliver you to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. 10 And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. 11 And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. 12 And because iniquity shall be increased, the lieu of many shall be cold. 13 But he that endureth to the end, he shall be saved. 14 And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached through the whole world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. 15 When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, set in the holy place, let him that readeth consider it. 16 Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. 17 Let him which is on the house top not come down to fetch anything out of his house. 18 And he that is in the field, let not him return back to fetch his clothes. 19 And woe shall be to them that are with child, and to them that do suck in those days. 20 But pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. 21 For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not from the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall be. 22 And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be sowed, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. 23 Then if any shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. 24 For there shall arise false Christs, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, so that if it were possible, they should deceive you the very elect. 25 Behold, I ha told you before. 26 Wherefore if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth, behold, he is in the secret places, believe it not. 27 For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and is seen into the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. 28 For wheresoever a dead carcase is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. 29 And immediately after ye tribulations of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not dew her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and ye powers of hosts shall be shake. 30 And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the kindreds of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man come in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. 31 And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect, from the four winds, and from the one end of the heavens to the other. 32 Now learn the parable of the fig tree, when her bough is yet tender, and it putteth forth loaves, ye know that summer is near. 33 So likewise ye, when ye see all these things, know that the kingdom of God is near, eue at ye doors. 34 Verily I say to you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. 35 Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. 36 But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. 37 But as the days of Noah were, so likewise shall the coming of the Son of Man be. 38 For as in the days before the flood, they did eat and drink, marry, and Jew in marriage, to the day that Noah entered into the ark, 39 And knew nothing, till the flood came, and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. 40 Then two shall be in the fields, the one shall be received, and the other shall be refused. 41 Two women shall be grinding at ye mill, the one shall be received, and the other shall be refused. 42 Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your master will come. 43 Of this be sure, that if the good man of the house knew at what watch the thief would come, he would surely watch, and not suffer his house to be digged through. 44 Therefore be ye also ready, for in the hour that ye think not, will the Son of Man come. 45 Who then is a faithful servant and wise, whom his master hath made ruler o'er his household, to give them meat in season? 46 Blessed is that servant, whom his master when he cometh, shall find so doing. 47 Verily I say to you, he shall make him ruler o'er all his goods. 48 But if that servant shall say in his heart, my master doth defer his coming, 49 And begin to smite his fellows, and to eat, and to drink with the drunken, 50 That servant's master will come in a day, when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not whereof, 51 And will cut him off, and jew him his portion with hypocrites, there shall be weeping, and gnashing of teeth. Chapter 25 1 Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins, which took their lamps, and went forth to meet the bridegroom. 2 And few of them were wise, and few foolish. 3 The foolish took their lamps, but took none oil with them. 4 But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. 5 Now while the bridegroom tarried long, all slumbered and slept. 6 And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go out to meet him. 7 Then all those virgins arose, and trimmed their lamps. 8 And the foolish said to the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are out. 9 But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there will not be enough for versus and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. 10 And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready, went in with him to the wedding, and the gate was shut. 11 Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to verses 12 But he answered, and said, Verily I say to you, I know you not. 13 Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day, nor the hour, when the Son of Man will come. 14 For the kingdom of heaven is as a man that going into a strange country, called his servants, and delivered to them his goods. 15 And to one he gave few talents, and to another 2, and to another 1, to every man after his own ability, and straightway went from home. 16 Then he that had received the few talents, went and occupied with them, and gained other few talents. 17 Likewise also, he that received 2, he also gained other 2. 18 But he that received that 1, went and digged it in the earth, and hid his master's money. 19 But after a long season, the master of those servants came, and reckoned with them. 20 Then came he that had received few talents, and brought other few talents, saying, Master, thou deliveredst to me few talents, behold, I have gained with them other few talents. 21 Then his master said to him, It is well done, good servant and faithful, thou hast been a faithful in little, I will make thee ruler o'er much, enter into thy master's IOE. 22 Also he that had received 2 talents, came, and said, Master, thou deliveredst to me 2 talents, behold, I have gained 2 other talents more. 23 His master said to him, It is well done, good servant, and faithful, thou hast been a faithful in little, I will make thee ruler o'er much, enter into thy master's IOE. 24 Then he which had received the 1 talent, came, and said, Master, I knew that thou wast an hard man, which reapest where thou sowedst not, and gatherest where thou strawedst not. 25 I was therefore afraid, and went, and hid thy talent in the earth, behold, thou hast thine own. 26 And his master answered, and said to him, Thou ill-seruant, and slothful, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I strawed not. 27 Thou oughtest therefore to ha put my money to ye exchangers, and then at my coming should I ha received mine own with vantage. 28 Take therefore the talent from him, and jew it to him which hath 10 talents. 29 For to every man that hath, it shall be jewen, and he shall ha abundance, and from him that hath not, ewen that he hath, shall be taken away. 30 Cast therefore that profitable seruant into veter darkens, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. 31 And when the Son of Man cometh in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. 32 And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd separateth the sheep from ye goats. 33 And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, and the goats on the left. 34 Then shall ye kings say to them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, take the inheritance of the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. 35 For I was an hungred, and ye gave me meat, I thirsted, and ye gave me drink, I was a stranger, and ye took me into you. 36 I was naked, and ye clothed me, I was sick, and ye visited me, I was in prison, and ye came to me. 37 Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungred, and fed thee? Or athirst, and gave thee drink? 38 And when saw we thee a stranger, and took thee into versus? Or naked, and clothed thee? 39 Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came to thee? 40 And the king shall answer and say to them, Dearly I say to you, inasmuch as ye ha done it to one of the least of these my brother, ye ha done it to me. 41 Then shall he say to them on ye left hand, Depart from me ye cursed, into everlasting fire, which is prepared for the duill and his angels. 42 For I was an hungred, and ye gave me no meat, I thirsted, and ye gave me no drink. 43 I was a stranger, and ye took me not unto you, I was naked, and ye clothed me not, sick, and in prison, and ye visited me not. 44 Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungred, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister to thee? 45 Then shall he answer them, and say, Dearly I say to you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. 46 And these shall go into everlasting pain, and the righteous into life eternal. Chapter 26 1 And it came to pass, when Jesus had finished all these sayings, he said to his disciples, Do ye know that after 2 days is ye Passover, and the Son of Man shall be delivered to be crucified? 3 Then assembled together the chief priests, and the scribes, and the elders of ye people into the hall of the high priest called Caiaphas, 4 And consulted together that they might take Jesus by subtlety, and kill him. 5 But they said, Not on the feast day, lest any poor be among the people. 6 And when Jesus was in Bethania, in the house of Simon the leper, 7 There came to him a woman, which had a box of very costly ointment, and poured it on his head, as he sat at the table. 8 And when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, What needed this waste? 9 For this ointment might ha been sold for much, and been given to the poor. 10 And Jesus knowing it, said to them, Why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. 11 For ye ha the poor always with you, but me shall ye not ha always. 12 For in that she poured this ointment on my body, she did it to bury me. 13 Verily I say to you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout all the world, there shall also this that she hath done, be spoken of for a memorial of her. 14 Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests. 15 And said, What will ye do me, and I will deliver him to you? And they appointed to him 30 pieces of silver. 16 And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him. 17 Now on the first day of the feast of unleavened bread the disciples came to Jesus, saying to him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? 18 And he said, Go ye into the city to such a man, and say to him, The Master saith, My time is at hand, I will keep the Passover at thine house with my disciples. 19 And the disciples did as Jesus had given them charge, and made ready the Passover. 20 So when the ewen was come, he sate down with the 12. 21 And as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. 22 And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began Uri one of them to say unto him, Is it I, Master? 23 And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, he shall betray me. 24 Surely the Son of Man goeth his way, as it is written of him, but woe be to that man, by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been a good for that man, if he had ne'er been a born. 25 Then Judas which betrayed him, answered and said, Is it I, Master? He said unto him, Thou hast said it. 26 And as they did eat, Jesus took the bread, and when he had blessed, he brake it, and gave it to the disciples, and said, Take, eat, this is my body. 27 Also he took the cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it them, saying, Drink ye all of it. 28 For this is my blood of the New Testament, that is shed for many, for the remission of sins. 29 I say unto you, that I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine till that day, when I shall drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. 30 And when they had sung a psalm, they went out into the Mount of Olives. 31 Then said Jesus unto them, All ye shall be offended by me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered. 32 But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. 33 But Peter answered, and said unto him, Though that all men should be offended by thee, yet will I ne'er be offended. 34 Jesus said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, that this night, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. 35 Peter said unto him, Though I should die with thee, I will in no case deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. 36 Then went Jesus with them into a place which is called Gethsemane, and said unto his disciples, Sit ye here, while I go, and pray yonder. 37 And he took to him Peter, and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to wax sorrowful, and grievously troubled. 38 Then said Jesus unto them, My soul is very heavy, even unto the death, tarry ye here, and watch with me. 39 So he went a little further, and fell on his face, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me, nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. 40 After, he came to the disciples, and found them asleep, and said to Peter, What? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? 41 Watch, and pray, that ye enter not into temptation, the spirit indeed is ready, but the flesh is weak. 42 Again he went away the second time, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me, but that I must drink it, thy will be done. 43 And he came, and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. 44 So he left them and went away again, and prayed the third time, saying the same words. 45 Then came he to his disciples, and said unto them, Sleep henceforth, and take your rest, behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is given into the hands of sinners. 46 Rise, let verses go, behold, he is at hand that betrayeth me. 47 And while he yet spake, lo Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves, from the high priests and elders of the people. 48 Now he that betrayed him, had given them a token, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that is he, lay a hold on him. 49 And forthwith he came to Jesus, and said, God saw thee, Master, and kissed him. 50 Then Jesus said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they, and laid hands on Jesus, and took him. 51 And behold, one of them which were with Jesus, stretched out his hand, and drew his sword, and struck a servant of the high priest, and smote off his ear. 52 Then said Jesus unto him, Put thy sword into his place, for all that take the sword, shall perish with the sword. 53 Either thinkest thou, that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he will give me more than 12 legions of angels? 54 How then should the scriptures be fulfilled, which say, that it must be so? 55 The same hour said Jesus to the multitude, Ye be come out as it were against a tf, with swords, and staves to take me. I sate daily teaching in the temple among you, and ye took me not. 56 But all this was done, that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him, and fled. 57 And they took Jesus, and led him to Caiaphas the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. 58 And Peter followed him afar off to the high priest's hall, and went in, and sate with the Saruans to see the end. 59 Now the chief priests and the elders, and all the whole council sought false witness against Jesus, to put him to death. 60 But they found none, and though many false witnesses came, yet found they none, but at the last came 2 false witnesses, 61 And said, This man said, I can destroy the temple of God, and build it in 3 days. 62 Then the chief priest arose, and said to him, Answerest thou nothing? What is the matter that these men witness against thee? 63 But Jesus held his peace. Then the chief priest answered, and said to him, I charge thee swear to Versus by the living God, to tell Versus, if thou be that Christ the Son of God. Or number 64 Jesus said to him, Thou hast said it, nevertheless I say to you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man, sitting at the right hand of the power of God, and come in the clouds of the Hohen. 65 Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, He hath blasphemed, what ha we any more need of witnesses? Behold, now ye ha heard his blasphemy. 66 What think ye? They answered, and said, He is guilty of death. 67 Then spat they in his face, and buffeted him, and others smote him with rods. 68 Saying, Prophesy to Versus, O Christ, who is he that smote thee? 69 Peter sate without in the hall, and a maid came to him, saying, Thou also wast with Jesus of Galilee. 70 But he denied before them all, saying, I wot not what thou sayest. 71 And when he went out into the porch, another maid saw him, and said to them that were there, This man was also with Jesus of Nazareth. 72 And again he denied with an oath, saying, I know not the man. 73 So after a while, came to him they that stood by, and said to Peter, Surely thou art also one of them, for you and thy speech bewrayeth thee. 74 Then began he to curse himself, and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew. 75 Then Peter remembered the words of Jesus, which had said to him, Before the cock crow thou shalt deny me thrice. So he went out, and wept bitterly. Chapter 27 1 When the morning was come, all the chief priests, and the elders of the people took counsel against Jesus, to put him to death. 2 And led him away bound, and delivered him to Pontius Pilate the governor. 3 Then when Judas which betrayed him, saw that he was condemned, he repented himself, and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests, and elders, for saying, I ha sinned, betraying the innocent blood. But they said, What is that to Versus? See thou to it. 5 And when he had cast down the silver pieces in the temple, he departed, and went, and hanged himself. 6 And the chief priests took the silver pieces, and said, It is not lawful for Versus to put them into the treasure, because it is the price of blood. 7 And they took counsel, and bought with them a potter's field, for the burial of strangers. 8 Wherefore that field is called, the field of blood, till this day. 9 Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremias the prophet, saying, And they took 30 silver pieces, ye price of him that was valued, whom they of ye children of Israel valued. 10 And they gave them for the potter's field, as the Lord appointed me. 11 And Jesus stood before ye governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou that king of the Jews? Jesus said to him, Thou sayest it. 12 And when he was accused of the chief priests, and elders, he answered nothing. 13 Then said Pilate to him, Hearest thou not how many things they lay against thee? 14 But he answered him not to one word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. 15 Now at the feast, the governor was wont to deliver to the people a prisoner whom they would. 16 And they had then a notable prisoner, called Barabbas. 17 When they were then gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whether will ye that I let loose to you Barabbas, or Jesus which is called Christ? 18 For he knew well, that for ennui they had delivered him. 19 Also when he was set down upon the judgment seat, his wife sent to him, saying, Ha thou nothing to do with that highest man, for I ha suffered many things this day in a dream by reason of him. 20 But the chief priests and the elders had persuaded the people that they should ask Barabbas, and should destroy Jesus. 21 Then the governor answered, and said to them, Whether of the twain will ye that I let loose to you? And they said, Barabbas. 22 Pilate said to them, What shall I do then with Jesus, which is called Christ? They all said to him, Let him be crucified. 23 Then said the governor, But what ill hath he done? Then they cried the more, saying, Let him be crucified. 24 When Pilate saw that he availed nothing, but that more tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this honest man, look you to it. 25 Then answered all the people, and said, His blood be on Versus, and on our children. 26 Thus let he Barabbas loose to them, and scourged Jesus, and delivered him to be crucified. 27 Then the soldiers of the governor took Jesus into the common hall, and gathered about him the whole band. 28 And they stripped him, and put about him a scarlet robe. 29 And platted a crown of thorns, and put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand, and bowed their knees before him, and mocked him, saying, God saw thee King of the Jews. 30 And spitted upon him, and took a reed, and smote him on the head. 31 Thus when they had mocked him, they took the robe from him, and put his own raiment on him, and led him away to crucify him. 32 And as they came out, they found a man of Cyrene, named Simon, him they compelled to bear his cross. 33 And when they came to the place called Golgotha, that is to say, the place of dead men's skulls, 34 They gave him vinegar to drink, mingled with gall, and when he had tasted thereof, he would not drink. 35 And when they had crucified him, they parted his garments, and did cast lots, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, They divided my garments among them, and upon my vesture did cast lots. 36 And they sate, and watched him there. 37 They set VP also our his head is cause written, This is IESVS the King of the Eves. 38 And there were 2 thieves crucified with him, one on the right hand, and another on the left. 39 And they that passed by, reviled him, wagging their heads. 40 And saying, Thou that destroyest ye temple, and buildest it in 3 days, saw thyself, if thou be ye Son of God, come down from ye cross. 41 Likewise also the high priests mocking him, with the scribes, and elders, and Pharisees, said. 42 He sought others, but he cannot saw himself, If he be ye King of Israel, let him now come down from ye cross, and we will believe in him. 43 He trusted in God, let him deliver him now, if he will ha him, for he said, I am the Son of God. 44 The self-same thing also ye thieves which were crucified with him, cast in his teeth. 45 Now from ye 6th hour was there darkness o'er all the land, unto the 9th hour. 46 And about ye 9th hour Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani? That is, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? 47 And some of them that stood there, when they heard it, said, This man calleth Elias. 48 And straightway one of them ran, and took a sponge, and filled it with vinegar, and put it on a reed, and gave him to drink. 49 Others said, Let versus see, if Elias will come and saw him. 50 Then Jesus cried again with a loud voice, and yielded VP the ghost. 51 And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain, from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake, and the stones were clow. 52 And the growers did open themselves, and many bodies of the saints, which slept, arose. 53 And came out of the growers after his resurrection, and went into the holy city, and appeared to many. 54 When the centurion, and they that were with him watching Jesus, saw the earthquake, and the things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, Truly this was the Son of God. 55 And many women were there, beholding him afar off, which had followed Jesus from Galilee, ministering to him. 56 Among whom was Marie Magdalene, and Marie the mother of Iams, and Ioses, and the mother of Zebedeus' sons. 57 And when the ewen was come, there came a rich man of Arimathea, named Ioseph, who had also himself been a Jesus' disciple. 58 He went to Pilate, and asked ye body of Jesus. Then Pilate commanded ye body to be delivered. 59 So Ioseph took the body, and wrapped it in a clean linen cloth. 60 And put it in his new tomb, which he had hewn out in a rock, and rolled a great stone to the door of the sepulchre, and departed. 61 And there was Marie Magdalene, and the other Marie sitting ouer against the sepulchre. 62 Now the next day that followed the preparation of the Sabbath, the high priests and Pharisees assembled to Pilate. 63 And said, Sire, we remember that deceived said, while he was yet alive, within 3 days I will rise. 64 Command therefore, that the sepulchre be made sure till the 3rd day, lest his disciples come by night, and steal him away, and say to the people, He is risen from the dead, so shall the last hour be worse than the first. 65 Then Pilate said to them, Ye ha a watch, go, and make it sure as ye know. 66 And they went, and made the sepulchre sure with the watch, and sealed the stone. Chapter 28 1 Now in the end of the Sabbath, when the 1st day of ye week began to dawn, Marie Magdalene, and the other Marie came to see the sepulchre. 2 And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone from the door, and sate upon it. 3 And his countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow. 4 And for fear of him, the keepers were astonished, and became as dead men. 5 But the angel answered, and said to the women, Fear ye not, for I know that ye seek Jesus which was crucified. 6 He is not here, for he is risen, as he said, Come, see the place where the Lord was laid. 7 And go quickly, and tell his disciples that he is risen from ye dead, and behold, he goeth before you into Galilee, there ye shall see him. Lo, I ha told you. 8 So they departed quickly from the sepulchre, with fear and great joy, and did run to bring his disciples word. 9 And as they went to tell his disciples, behold, Jesus also met them, saying, God saw you. And they came, and took him by the feet, and worshipped him. 10 Then said Jesus to them, Be not afraid. Go, and tell my brethren, that they go into Galilee, and there shall they see me. 11 Now when they were gone, behold, some of the watch came into the city, and shewed to the high priests all ye things that were done. 12 And they gathered them together with the elders, and took counsel, and gave large money to the soldiers. 13 Saying, Say, his disciples came by night, and stole him away while we slept. 14 And if this matter come before the governor to be heard, we will persuade him, and so see the matter that you shall not need to care. 15 So they took the money, and did as they were taught, and this saying is noised among the Jews to this day. 16 Then ye disciples went into Galilee, into a mountain, where Jesus had appointed them. 17 And when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. 18 And Jesus came, and spake to them, saying, All power is given to me, in heaven, and in earth. 19 Go therefore, and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. 20 Teaching them to observe all things, whatsoever I ha commanded you, and lo, I am with you alway, till the end of the world. Amen.